Morning everyone, welcome to Thermopolis. Hot springs is what it's famous for. There is 2 paid hot springs where you can go and soak, and then there's a free state run one, so I'm just going to go and soak in there. It's got a little bit of a smell to it, but you get used to it. So this suspension bridge is right next to all the terraces. They're really amazing. It's got all beautiful colours from all the different microbes that change from the different heats of the water coming through. It's pretty amazing. I'm pretty sure that in summer people would swim in here. I'm not going to. I'm going to go for a soak instead. We're heading to Casper this afternoon, which we're looking forward to.
And this is the Big Fork River. Silver Gypsies.
Good morning.
We are just leaving Buffalo, Wyoming, after a great night at the Occidental Hotel. Where we went and had dinner first and 4th on Main. A couple of beautiful big rib fillet steaks each.
Yeah, that was great. Yep. It was a nice, really well priced as well. It was great.
Yeah. And then we went to the Occidental, the famous Occidental Hotel, which Cassie and the Sundance kids stayed there. This morning we're just heading west now on 16, US 16, and we're heading to the Bighorn Mountains. Chel's in for a bit of a special treat today, hopefully.
Yeah, we're heading to Thermopolis and some hot springs, so I've been looking forward to this pretty much the whole trip, so hopefully we can get in. We'll be going to the state park. It's a free hot spring.
Today's going to be another ride that will equal yesterday, and yesterday was, it's pretty hard to top. We've been on some beautiful roads. Just sit back and enjoy this beautiful scenery, and won't be too long, we'll be into the mountains, and the scenery will be even more spectacular. Poudre River Pass is a high mountain pass at an elevation of 9,666 feet above sea level. Tucked away in the north central part of Wyoming, this pass has a big elevation gain, but the road never becomes very steep. The road to the summit, also known as Muddy Pass, is totally paved. It's called US Highway 16. It's set high in the Bighorn Mountains of the Rocky Mountain Range. The pass is the highest point on Highway 16. Access to the pass is typically open all year round, but short-term closures are common in winter due to dangerous weather conditions and snow. Located in the Bighorn National Forest, the pass is 47 miles long, running east-west from the towns of Meadow Lark Lake and Buffalo, Wyoming. And for motorcyclists, it's heaven.
We started seeing a few head of cattle along the road and thought that they must have escaped their paddocks. However, the further along we travelled, Highway 16, the more the cattle increased. It wasn't long before we were in the middle of thousands of cattle being driven along the highway.
All along the Rocky Mountain area of the west, the moving of stock in spring and fall to and from the higher mountains is still vital to the operation of most ranchers. They depend on having their stock graze in the rich grasslands of the high country during the summer so they can grow feed for the winter in the lower valleys.
Most Wyoming ranches would not be viable without these seasonal stock movements. Much of the grazing in the high country is in accessible places and sometimes in wilderness, where the only practical way to work the cows over these vast areas is still on horseback.
Oh, so do you want to have a cup of coffee or keep going?
Yeah, no, I have a cup of coffee. Saloon, cafe across the road, Cafe Espresso.
So I'll just pull up here?
Yep.
With a population of 5,000, Worland is a close-knit community that prides itself on friendly atmosphere and small-town charm. Situated along the beautiful Bighorn River in northwestern Wyoming, Worland offers stunning views of the surrounding mountains and a wealth of outdoor recreational opportunities. Worland's economy is supported by agriculture, mainly sugar beets, but also oil and gas drilling.
Thermopolis, Greek for hot city, is home to numerous natural hot springs in which mineral-laden waters are heated by geothermal processes. The town claims the world's largest mineral hot spring, appropriately named the Big Spring, as part of Hot Springs State Park. The springs are open for the public for free as part of an 1896 treaty signed with the Shoshone and Arapaho Indian tribes. The water is hot but soothing with all of its minerals. It is said that these minerals can cure many ailments, aches and pains. The time in the free hot springs is limited to 20 minutes due to the temperature of the water. After a good soak, we got back on the road to continue our ride to Casper for the night.
South of Thermopolis, US 20 winds through the deep Wind River Canyon, one of the most memorable rides in a state of memorable rides. The 2,500 feet deep canyon, with the highway on one side of the broad river and the railroad on the other, reveals millions of years of sedimentary rock. As you drive along heading south, you reach deeper and deeper into the earth. Each layer is labelled with signs explaining its geological age and significance, with the oldest layers dating back some 3 billion years ago. Due in part to the visual effect of the uplifted sedimentary layers, the river at times gives the illusion of flowing uphill. This may explain why the local indigenous people and early explorers thought there were two distinct rivers and called the canyon itself the wedding of the waters. At the south end of the Wind River, Boysen State Park backs up behind Boysen Dam. We arrived in Casper for the night, and after a quick look around, we decided to have an early one, as the next day was going to be a big, long ride into Colorado.
Colorado. Anyway, we've got a pretty long ride today. We're entering Colorado.
We hit the Colorado border for the first time on this trip. So we're going to be in Colorado for, I think about 3 weeks or something. So tonight from the border we go down to Fort Collins and then turn right and head to London for the night. And it looks like the downtown area is also quite historic. So I think we've got about 5 hours in the saddle today.
Welcome to Colorado. This is the Poudre River here. We'll be following this for 60 miles through the canyon behind me. We're going to be going up and over the Cameron Pass into Walden, Colorado, where we're staying for the night. It's an historic byway and this is beautiful. You'll see all the colors here changing. It is just gorgeous. Look how high the mountains are that form the canyon. Yeah, I want to swim.
The Poudre River has carved a canyon over time that is truly a hidden treasure, with majestic cliffs and intriguing rock formations enveloped in ponderosa and lodgepole pines, sagebrush, mountain mahogany and aspen. The Cache-la Poudre River, or Poudre for short, is the place where French-Canadian trappers hid their gunpowder during a raging blizzard in the early 1800s, hence the name. Begins high in the peaks of the Rocky Mountain National Park along the Continental Divide, flowing north and east through Roosevelt National Forest, and tumbles down the slopes of the Front Range and meanders through the city of Fort Collins. From its headwaters to the confluence with the South Platte River east of Greeley, the Cache-la Poudre River drops 7,000 feet. Colorado Highway 14, which follows much of the river, is a designated Colorado scenic and historic byway between Fort Collins and the town of Walden, our destination for tonight. This scenic byway is recognised as one of Colorado's premier scenic highways. This route features stunning scenery in Poudre Canyon and along the Poudre River, as well as vast forests and high peaks, and keep an eye out for bighorn sheep. About 50 miles up the canyon, the road drops into the 10,000 foot high Cameron Pass in the vast North Park Valley. Cameron Pass, at 10,276 feet, has a rich history of use throughout early mining activity in Colorado. The spot had been surveyed several times as a possible railroad route through northern Colorado, though tracks were never laid. In 1870, the pass was officially named after Robert Cameron, who was a former Union general and founder of the Fort Collins agricultural colony. We were lucky enough to ride the Poudre Canyon in fall, so the leaves on the trees were starting to turn colour, particularly the aspens. The slender white-barked trees paint the western mountains with their beautiful yellow, gold, orange and red colours in the fall. Aspens glow in a patchwork quilt of those different hues against a background of dark green conifers, grey and black rocks, wispy clouds and deep blue skies.
Situated near the border of Wyoming, Walden is the moose viewing capital of Colorado. It's a small town located on a high glacial plain known as North Park within Jackson County at an elevation of 8,100 feet with 500 residents.
Shortly after Colorado became a state in 1876, an area within Larimer County known as North Park became a popular place for settlers to start ranches and other agricultural endeavours. By 1890, Walden emerged as a commercial hub and was named after a nearby postmaster.
Today, Walden remains a great place for outdoor recreation in the form of fishing and hunting. It is also uniquely one of the places in the state that is reintroducing grey wolves into the ecosystem after a wolf from Yellowstone was spotted wandering around the area. Morning everyone, we're in the Rocky Mountains National Park. It's been absolutely stunning. We had to leave Walden this morning about 6:45. Got to -2, so it was a little bit chilly. We stopped at a rest stop and we actually just saw the hind quarter of a moose, so that was pretty exciting. Saw a coyote and a silver fox again. It is absolutely stunning. We're heading to Black Hawk today, and over here, this flat mountain over here is Deer Mountain, and this one here is Bighorn Mountain. You can see the road down here where we're going to go, all this loop and all the changing colours. It's absolutely beautiful. Snow on some of the peaks, and it's high. 12,005 feet that we walked up a lookout to just earlier. That was tough.
Well, good morning.
Good morning.
What's going on? What are we doing?
Well, we just entered the Rocky Mountain National Park. We're heading through to Estes Park. And yeah, we just got in. We left our hotel at just before 7 this morning. It got down to 0.
No, I got down to -2.
Oh, sorry. -2 along the road, but we're pretty warm. We're all heated up. So, yeah, pretty excited about today. It's been a beautiful ride in with all the changing colours. Actually, more than what we've seen. Heaps more yellows and reds and oranges. Just beautiful.
Hunters everywhere this morning at around probably before the sun came up, or before daylight at all. There was just gunshots everywhere. Yeah, saw a couple of beautiful silver foxes this morning as well.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, so
Hopefully we'll see some moose today.
yeah, it's a bit high for moose. You might see them down low hill, but once we start climbing, I think that's pretty much it. We've just come through Grand Lake. The temperature got up quite nicely, but it's starting to drop down quite rapidly now. And as we get to the top, it'll be probably down to zero again, I'd say. Our final destination today is Black Hawk. It's a gambling town. It's like a casino town. We're actually starting in Central City, which is a couple of minutes away from Black Hawk. So they're both joined. So Black Hawk's probably easier to say. So we just call it Black Hawk. So we're staying at the Grand Z Casino. So that should be fun. I should add too that this is a pretty slow trip. It's 45 miles per hour, and it's fairly heavily policed by the National Park Rangers. So in the United States, National Park Rangers have the same powers as police and sheriff and any law enforcement. So they are law enforcement. They can book you, they can jail you, whatever they want to do. Alright, we'll sign off for now and we'll see you up on the mountain.
Rocky Mountain National Park is situated between the towns of Estes Park to the east and Grand Lake to the west, and approximately 55 miles northwest of Denver. The eastern and western slopes of the Continental Divide run directly through the center of the park, with the headwaters of the Colorado River located in the park's northwestern region. The main features of the park include mountains, alpine lakes, and a wild variety of wildlife within various climates and environments, from wooded forest to mountain tundra.
Elevation 12,005 feet above sea level. So we're on top of the Rocky Mountains. Make our way down now. It's very, very cold and very windy, so the wind chill factor is pretty bad. So there's only two animals that survive winter round up in these elevations. The first one's the white-tailed ptarmigan, which is a bird, and the second one is the yellow-bellied marmot. It spends 70% of the year hibernating. So it regulates its body down to 30 degrees and slows its heartbeat right down. So it lives on its summer fat reserves. Magnificent view up here. Pretty hard to breathe. Anyone that knows anything about altitude knows it's pretty difficult. So where we were just standing there before is about 3 times the height of the highest mountain in Australia, which is Mount Kosciuszko. The Rocky Mountain National Park Act was signed by President Woodrow Wilson on January 26, 1915, establishing the park boundaries and protecting the area for future generations. The Civil Conservation Corps built the main automobile route, Trail Ridge Road, in the 1930s. In 2023, 4.1 million recreational visitors entered the park. The park is one of the most visited in the national park system, ranking as the third most visited national park.
We're in Central City in Colorado. Black Hawk is just down, probably about half a mile down the hill. It's very hilly country here and it's just amazing. It's so pretty. 1859 it was founded after a gold strike, and within 2 months there was 15,000 miners here. All of the buildings, there was a big fire in 1874 that burnt a lot of the timber buildings. There was a couple of stone buildings here that saved it from going much further, but all the buildings now are from 1870 and still remain. There's became historical site in the 60s, and so it's still the same. There's been some famous people here. There's theatres here. It is just beautiful. There's mining shafts still here. There's brick walls that the miners erected back in the 1800s that are still around. It's famous as a casino town because the first casino came in 40s. It was only one and it was an illegal mob one. Now in 1991 it got passed as a gambling town, and there's 7 casinos here and there's 20 down in Black Hawk. So enjoy.
Up behind that tree there's a spoiled heap from the Coeur d'Alene mine, so it's still in operation. It's not been there for the gold mine, and just the historical buildings here are just unbelievable. Here's the main street down here.
We stayed in the Black Hawk Central City area and explored this historic area for a couple of days, including old buildings, abandoned and working mine shafts, and we even had a little gambling time in the casinos. And fun fact, if we pretended to play the machines, we would get free drinks. So free drinks were got.
Join the Silver Gypsies on our next epic episode as we journey to Colorado Springs before a fantastic stay in Cripple Creek, another historic gold mining area turned casino town.